Hello everyone, in this video, I will try to beat the Skyblock as a summoner. And to make things worse, I will do it in hardcore. If you want to see more content like this, like the video and hit the subscribe button. And make sure to comment any interesting challenges you have in mind. I started mining to clean the area. I have to be fast because the slimes are already invading. And I don't have any summoner weapons to fight them yet. I hid myself under the dirt while the guide is practicing archery. I'm worried about the guide, so I made a hole so he can enter. After waiting for so long, I realized that the guide can't enter. Since the guide can't get in, I made a solution in mind. I know that the guide is scared of the slimes, so I'm planning to use the slimes to chase him back to our place. I struggled and almost died, but I did it. I finally brought back the guy to the rectangle safe zone, where he can practice archery. And while he's practicing his archery, slimes will die and I will receive some gels. The guide even managed to defeat a pink slime, which gave me a lot of coins. Take a look at this epic fight of guide while the sun is setting. And the long wait is over. I finally crafted my first summoner weapon, which I can use to kill enemies. And since it's already nighttime, zombies can now spawn. So, I made a shelter for me and guide. I don't want to waste my time waiting for morning, so I built a trap for slimes, allowing me to make a hole to kill the zombies. As I kill the zombies through a small hole, some zombies are small enough to enter, but they can't penetrate our defense. Then I realized that some zombies can drop woods. They are probably some lumberjacks before they died. With the woods that I collected, I upgraded the shelter to kill the enemies easier. And with that, the first day and night ended safely. On day 2, I continued to clean the area right and left. And then I used my engineering skills to upgrade the base. When I'm bored, I'm training like this. And with this, our defense has improved by 200%. Then I planted the seeds I got from the slimes and started to upgrade the shelter. Terraria sunsets are addicting. Look! It's already getting dark, so I have to hide now. With our current defense, nighttime is totally easy. The day 3 arrives, and now the grass started to spread, allowing me to plant some acorns for trees. Now let's continue upgrading the base. I also made some house for NPCs. I was bored, so I trained again, then something happened that almost killed me. The slime rain happened, and I thought for sure I was gonna die. But with this, I can grind lots of gels from the slime, but killing too many slimes will spawn the king slime. So I dug a hole to escape if king slime spawns. And now, I'm planning to kill as many slimes as I can. And after killing a lot of slimes, king slime finally spawned. I ran and dive deep into the hole, holding my recall potion, ready to use it anytime. I've waited for some time before I used my recall potion to make sure that king slime already despawned. And with that, I am able to escape king slime. And so the day 4 arrives. I recruited one of the slimes by giving him my sword. His name is Scrappy. Most of my trees are adults now. And then I made a hole in the center of the world, planning to farm resources underground. I've safely made it to the underground. And so, I've started to make a farm. The goal of this farm is just to collect 20 stones for the furnace. After farming for some time, I collected more than enough to make a furnace. With my furnace, I was able to craft iron and lead bars, which I used to craft buckets. These buckets are very useful for early farm, because I can use them to get lava. The day 5 arrives, and now, the next goal is to get some lava from the underworld. This task is very dangerous, but super worth it. I made a small hole so that only slime and bat can enter. After finishing the farm, 2 bats are already waiting for me, thinking of whether to climb above or to recall to respawn them. They went under the bridge, so I managed to get on the rope and climb. Came back and a flying man spawned. He went above, trapping me. Good thing I have a recall potion. On the second try, imps spawned. Finally, I caught a lava slime, but I am also trapped. I have my recall potion ready if an imp spawn again, but luckily no imp spawned, and I get myself 3 lava buckets. On day 6, I upgraded the hole. Well, you know, the better the hole, the better the goal. Anyways, I started making the cavern farm for life crystals and more items. There are some dangers, but they're not life-threatening. As you can see, the farm is already looking good. Just a little bit of an upgrade and it'll be great. The first life crystal slime has spawned, and I got my first life crystal. On day 7, the nurse arrived looking for a place to stay, so I made one for nurse and 3 extras. Then I went back to farm, hoping to reach 400 HP soon. And then I got my second life crystal. I also got roller skates from the skeleton merchant. This is very useful, especially for bridging. On day 8, while I was replanting the acorns, I noticed the sunrise, and it's beautiful. The hole I made already reached the underground, so I'm promoting it to ground Vator. Then I went back to farm and got my third life crystal. Then a conveyor belt slime spawned, and I got myself some conveyor belts. And then another one spawned, and so I upgraded the farm gradually. And then I got my fourth life crystal. I also placed some granite and marble blocks, so certain enemies can spawn. I also placed some hoiks, so enemies like nymphs cannot escape from the lava. And after some time, I got my fifth life crystal. The sixth, the seventh, and the eighth. Then I upgraded the farm so that the items will automatically travel towards me. And then I got my ninth life crystal. I noticed that I can't move freely because of the conveyor belts, so I made some adjustments. And then I got my 10th life crystal. I crafted a watch so it's easier to know how many days have passed already. I went back to farm and finally reached 400 HP. On day 15, I started bridging on the left side, looking for shimmer. And fortunately, I found a shimmer on the left side. On day 16, I relocated the shimmer to underground. But the liquid is so inconsistent, so I have to make another wall because it might spill. But then I realized the place got a hole because of a rope that I forgot to cover, so most of the shimmer got wasted. I tried to use the remaining liquid and it still works. But unfortunately, the pylon doesn't work, given that the shimmer tiles I have don't reach the 300 tiles requirements. Planning to get the fart in a bottle, I shimmered a zombie arm to get the whoopee cushion. But first, I need a tinkerer workshop. So, I plan to take on the goblin army. And so, I started to build an arena. Then, I started to hunt some goblin scouts for tattered clothes, aiming to craft the goblin battle standard and summon the goblin army. When I had enough, I prepared my gears, crafting and decrafting my weapons till I get the best modifier, aiming to improve my damage and my defense. Then I knew that it is time. There are some easy ways to defeat the goblin army, like using lava as I always do, but this time I want to face them in a risky battle. And so it began. They can't get close against my legendary slime whip, but I realized that they don't need to get close, as they have their own long-range weapon that threatens my life. Good thing they are easy to fool and fall. You can just slide down a platform and go back up, and they will fall. And just heal freely when you're low. But of course, make sure to come back and finish the fight you started. During the fight, I have a cool moment where I crafted and placed a campfire while dodging an attack. That's aura, you know. If you want to dodge like that, make sure to subscribe and like the video. And so the fight continued. Continued on the sunset. Continued while I'm healing. Continued while I'm bleeding. Continued when I feel cornered. And even when it rained arrows, it continued. Neither I nor the goblin army plans on going back. There's no going back now. For the blood that I lost, for the sacrifice of your friends. The fight continued till morning. What is it that I'm fighting for? And what is it they're fighting for? The fight is almost over, and the victory is almost mine. But why are we doing this? I asked myself. Instead of drinking and laughing with these goblins, why did we fight? Is it perhaps that they're controlled by someone? Did they want me to set them free? In the end, I won. On the 20th day of the playthrough, I defeated the goblin army. Although it feels heavy, I know that I have to move forward. As the victor of the fight, as the friend of my foes, I have to move forward.